that's a problem for another day. Well, good morning and welcome to T&T Homesteading. This is Terry. So it's Saturday morning, late morning. I was up late last night editing some videos, slept late, and I'm really tired and didn't really want to get around. I finally did. I went and picked up some chicken feed because all we had was what's in this 5-gallon bucket, and that won't last too long. So I went and got that taken care of and got the chicken squared away, split a little bit of wood for fires because it's supposed to be a little chillier the next couple days, and we're not keeping it super toasty, but enough to knock the chill off. Today the plan is to finish working these electric in the building in here. I did finish getting that plug up there taken care of. So that's done. The only thing left is the ceiling fan above my head and running wire, which isn't there yet, running wires to the switch. I need a plug in the upstairs loft. I need a plug on this back wall, along with a light and a light switch for inside of our water closet. And then we're going to want a light switch for the ceiling fan. Mainly the light on the ceiling fan. Initially, I planned on putting it here. But I've had some thoughts about putting it on this wall that we haven't put in yet. Because as you come in, you tend to just swing that arm up and would turn on the light switch. Also, I've thought about going ahead and putting a plug and possibly a light on the porch. And if I did that, I could put a double light switch here, one for the porch light and one for inside. And there's not room for a double light switch side by side here. And so I'm really thinking about moving the plug or moving the switch to this wall. So that's what's on tap for today. I should be able to get this done. Like I said, it'll be 95% done if all goes according to plan. I still need to wire this building to the solar, but that may or may not happen today. It needs to happen before I put in insulation, but that may not happen today. Still having problems with solar. I've sat down, created a spreadsheet, doing lots of math. I think I finally figured out what we need. I've already ordered a 48 volt charge controller. Well, not charge control. Well, yes, it's a charge controller inverter from Renogy. 48 volt, 3500 watt system, I think was what it is off the top of my head. That'll charge those. I probably am going to buy another set of those. That way, from what I've calculated, those batteries will supply a daily need. But we're trying to get this set up for what we want and what we need. So I'll probably get another set of batteries, but what I really need is more solar panels. The 40 amp charge controller I have is not sufficient. I've decided to go up to a 48 volt system instead of 12 volt system. I've done lots of work, but I don't have it all memorized. Lots of math, but it's not all memorized. So anyway, I've got everything I need purchased except for possibly another set of batteries, which again, I'll probably buy, and then more solar panels. Right now I'm doing the math on that. Those are 200 watts each from Rich Solar. I need to look at the specs of those. What's the voltage? What's the amps? I know the total output's 200 watts, but what's the specifics? Because mixing and matching becomes problematic if they're not an exact match. If their 200 watt panels are the same, I may just buy more, but I need 12 more. Or I may switch and just upgrade and just get all new panels from either them or someone else. It's a money game. I don't want to waste money. I don't want to waste resources. I don't know. So my wife will be glad when this is all done because I am boring her to death with all the options. That's a problem for another day. I may do more math tonight. She's out of town, and this week I've spent almost every evening doing math on our solar. But today, I'm in here. It's supposed to rain at some point today, so I just want to get this taken care of and be done. I'm ready for this part to be done. I'm ready to get the insulation in here. I'm ready to be in this building. So I've made some progress, and I've ran into a minor problem. I have my second wire coming up and over to a junction box. At the junction box, I've got the wire going up to where the ceiling fan light will be. And then I have the wire continuing. I've got some extra for a reason here in a minute. Continuing on to where the wall is going to be. So the plan is this will come down into the wall. So as you walk in the door, you'll turn on the light switch. That'll turn on the light. I don't have a wall, so no light switch. I'm almost done with here. My 4-wire mistake that I bought is going to come in real handy right now because, except for I've used it elsewhere and I could use more, and I have 4 feet maybe. I have about 4 feet of wire left. And I still have 2 plugs, a light, and a light switch to go. So I have to get more wire. Hence my problem. So what I have is I've got white, black, and copper coming in from the main. I've connected white and, well, to continue on, I went ahead and connected white, black, and copper to go on. You can see the red for the first time in this project hooked up. The red from over here is coming back to go up to the light. That will be the black. That'll be the power for the light because it'll loop around. The black will go into the light switch. The black will go into the light switch. And when you turn it on, instead of coming out the white, it'll come back out the red. The red will come back this direction all the way up to the light, making this would be the black up at the light. But that's sort of the plan there. I don't even think I needed white to continue on because I'm using red. At one point, I was going to power a plug on this run. So I had actually drawn it all out to make sure this was going to work. And I was going to need the white for the plug. But I decided not to. I don't know if I needed that. I may still, because if I do put a plug over here in the wall or another light switch over here for the porch, because I may put a plug here for right down there, and I may put a light right up here. Still have to sort of finish that out and have those discussions. We've got a little bit of time to decide that. Basically until we cover it up, and then we could still uncover the walls for me to do it, but I'd rather do it while the walls are exposed. The reason there's extra is one of our intentions here is here's the center of the room basically with the windows. But this rafter isn't centered, and we want something, we'd like the ceiling fan sort of centered right above our head. I think what we're going to do is make a fake beam. And so what we may end up doing is attaching the fake beam to this wall. And if I do that, I'm going to want to move this box out, put the side beam for the fake, and then put this back on there. So I left some extra to be able to do that. And then the fake beam, we'll support it at the top so that the ceiling fan will hang from the fake beam So yeah, pretty excited about that actually. I need more wire. I've got not enough to finish. I just got to decide how much more I need. I think I bought 100 feet and I almost made it. So I just got to decide if 25 is enough or if I want 50. Math. I'll measure it out here in a minute. So that actually slowed me down. It's 12:20. So I have time to go to the store if I get around, but it's, 45-minute drive there, 45-minute drive back. Probably won't finish today if I go, but I might get more done. Sometimes I'm indecisive. There's just so much to do around here. I need to split wood. I need to do more cleaning out here. There's still a lot of trash around. We moved stuff around whenever we came in here, and it still needs to be done. We're planning to put basically a lean-to, a covered, a lean-to is the best thing I got for it, on the back of the shed so we can store the lawn equipment and keep it out of the rain for the most part. I can have the generator back there and I can run the generator even in the rain because it's protected from the rain, but has plenty of open airflow for exhaust and that kind of stuff. I need to cut the boards, screw the boards, build that, dig holes, though it's awfully wet. I don't know if I want to dig holes. But that needs to be done. So I'm going to get off here and quit rambling and then go figure out what I'm going to do. I've never seen them lay down while scratching and eating. It's almost like they found a good spot and laid down to claim it. Well, I went to the store. I did pick up more wiring. I went ahead and got wiring I'm going to need for the solar project upgrade that's going to happen. The gauge of wire I have from the solar panels to the charge controller was not high enough for the added input. So I got what the charge controller would take, and that'll be a project for another day. But I did get more wire so I could get in here and finish up the project. Let me show you what I got. All right, so that plug goes up, plugs in there. It continues on to here. What I've done is I've got a junction box. Because my simple mind couldn't get it all figured out. I have an out coming here and down for the light switch. I've got my copper, my black, and my red for my light switch. It comes into the junction box. Red connects to red and goes on around. Black, whites, and coppers all connect around just like normal. I need a junction box, but I did this just so I wouldn't forget my wiring because it took me a while to figure that out. Black, white, and copper come all the way down to the plug. I didn't wire that in yet because I'm not exactly sure where on this wall it's going to go. So, but it's here ready to go. I do have the wires and I've already bent back the red one, so I won't use it. Red comes straight across. Red becomes my new hot. White and copper continue on as well, connect in. They'll come down to the light switch, and again, red will be hot, and then white and copper will connect just like normal. That will allow the light switch to do the light, but I won't lose the plug. I was just talking to my mom and dad, and they said their plug goes on and off with their light switch and their light. So that's not cool. I may still wire in a plug right outside this wall, possibly wire in a light right there, which would be right outside this door. So I did get that done, about as much as I can do until walls are in place. Once I put the wall in place, I can do the light switches. And I did buy a double light switch, so we can go ahead and have 2 light switches right inside the door, just in case we go ahead and decide to go that route. With the hardware store being so far away, I don't, you know, it's not just like a, oh, let's go ahead and do this and then go get it. So electrical is pretty much done. The only thing I need to do now, the main thing I need to do now besides lighting is, and finishing those light switches, is get electric from the cabin. Get electric from the cabin, underground, into the shed. It's not that far, and it shouldn't be too bad except for those roots. Now that was a dead tree, so hopefully it won't be too bad, but I'll have to dig and then sawzall and then dig and sawzall and dig, you know. I'm sure it'll be like that. This does put us in a position though we can go ahead and probably get started on some of our insulation. There'll be quite a bit to put in here, but it won't be super bad, I don't think. I've never done insulation, but I don't think it'll be horrible. And I don't know who's shooting, but they're having a grand old time. So that's it for today. Out of daylight, church is tomorrow, and I have no intention of doing any work tomorrow. I'm just going to try to sit back and relax and enjoy the day. Again, thanks for watching, and hope you liked it. Like I said early on, I'm just bringing you along for the ride. I'm learning as I go. So like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.